welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast number 367. The podcast that talks that nerd shit. Reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. Man, ever since we started doing video, I've forgotten to do that correctly. But yeah, as always, is the nerd you're going to hear the host of the show along with our wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
Sup?
Oh, man. Yeah. What's up?
Sup, everybody? Welcome to the show.
Today's going to be an interesting one. We're sorry if this is a shorter episode than it is. Already putting it out there.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of negativity to talk about.
With movies like this, I'd rather just not, go on about it. But yeah, I'm
There's so much to dislike.
so much. But
sorry, Tony.
how are you doing, man?
Doing all right, bro. Doing all right.
Yeah, I'm glad you are. So it's a little bit late, as always. We're going to be finishing up here, and then we're going to go into Gamer Core and do that. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right. We're here for once again another Saturday morning review, and it is live on Thursday for patrons only. And you guys, they get it for an extra 2 days before anybody else gets it. So yeah, I hope you guys are signed up to the Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcore. That's where you can get it early and live for you all. But if not, you can be watching this or listening to this on the audio replay on Saturday. So yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and be reviewing 2020's Tax Collector today. The Tax Collector from director David Ayer and starring Shia LaBeouf and Bobby Soto. And I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of all we have to say. Oh man,
I want my money included the tax back.
Yeah, the rental in this one too. I'm starting to. You know what, man? Why don't we just do Netflix new release? At least now we don't have to feel bad about losing our money.
Oh, that's true.
Nah, man.
Or Amazon Prime. I mean,
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this, and if you care about spoilers, then you might want to get out of here. If you don't care, keep on listening. It doesn't really matter because I promise you, I don't think you guys are gonna be watching this anytime soon. So with that being said, your spoiler warning is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Take them away, my friend. Take them away.
coming from our regular source, Wikipedia, The Tax Collector is a 2020 American action thriller film written, directed, and produced by David Ayer. The film stars Bobby Soto, Cynthia Carmona, George Lopez, and Shia LaBeouf, and follows two enforcers, known as tax collectors, working for a Los Angeles crime lord whose business becomes upended, resulting in one of them desperately protecting his family from an old rival. The Tax Collector was released in the United States on August 7, 2020 by RLJE Films. The film received negative reviews from critics. That's it.
That is it. So Brad, hold on. I mean, I'll check it. I'll do my fact check here. This is David Ayer's last film since not Suicide Squad. He did another one after this one. What's the last one he did? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to search this up. So this is David Ayer's last film since he was on Birds of Prey. Oh, Bright. I'm sorry, Bright. Yeah. So this comes in 3 years after Bright, and he was what did he do on Birds of Prey? Oh, he was an executive producer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is his last work since Bright in 2017, and well, Brett, what did you feel about Bright? Well, to kind of go off that,
I didn't hate Bright. I thought Bright had good moments in it. It was still meh, but I didn't hate it.
It was all right. I thought there was there was a lot that could have been worked on in there, a lot that kind of falls under, but I didn't think that it was like this one.
Yeah, this one is kind of just awful.
Yeah. So Tax Collector is a pretty well, I just hate doing this, man. I just hate talking down on movies like this
I
because
mean, but honestly, like, let's hit the good parts. Um, good part. I like Shia LaBeouf. I
yeah, I
like Shia
love
in
China.
this. I like
Yeah,
Shia in this.
Trey is great in this, and I love the musical choices,
You,
and that's it.
um, yeah, that's about shit. Mm,
That was about it, man.
I mean, I got. I'm just stuck on this is like the made for TV Training Day sequel. That's what this feels like to me. Because you get a lot of shots that you saw in Training Day of them just riding in a car together.
Yeah,
It's just you don't have Denzel Washington in there to like, elevate everything and everyone.
yeah. Um, so this film,
Before you go into the back, also another good thing coming to us from Tony. Apparently, it follows pretty realistically how this whole world works.
all right. Well, I mean, yeah,
That's what Tony said. Like, I
yeah.
don't know. I never lived that life. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I believe him. I believe that's probably the way it worked.
I mean, I don't
I'm
doubt him.
not about to confirm nor deny how I know about this, but yes, it did follow it pretty well. And I mean, but like, is that enough for me to give it like, high praises? Probably not. But I think that this film it's very messy. Um, it's oh man, I just
I
hate
feel
doing.
like the runtime really did a disservice
No,
to this in a way because they were just trying to cram so much shit in 95
no,
minutes.
but the thing is, to me, it doesn't even feel rushed. To me, it drags and
No, it
drags
did.
and
It did.
drags.
But the reason it feels rushed is because you don't care really about any of these characters because you're not given time
Yeah,
to care about any of these characters.
yeah. It's just I kind of hate doing this, but this doesn't feel like a David Ayer directed film. It feels like Ayer is rushing his direction because you can tell that there's films where Ayer's just like on his ball, like End of Watch, Fury.
Train.
You can tell Training. Well, Training Day was written by Ayer, not directed.
Yeah,
But
so
Antoine,
I mean, one of the issues I had this was the writing.
yeah, the writing's just really all over the place, and it's like you kind of have me, having a sort of interest at the first half, and then the second half is just complete and utter garbage. I think that this film, it's like it's trying to do a lot, man, while trying to kind of, go through a pretty simple path of trying to make this film happen, but at the same time, Ayer just doesn't know how to control the ship here, and he's just kind of doing so many things at once, and it's just kind of very convoluted.
And I gotta say, a lot of overacting is going on in this movie, in my personal opinion. Bobby Soto seems like he could be a great actor, but he didn't feel like it in this one. I've never seen anything else with Bobby Soto in it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But his acting, whoever played his wife's acting, I mean, the only two actors I really liked in this were Shia and then the villain, whoever that dude was.
Conejo, I can't remember. Oh, that's his name, Conejo.
Conejo. So yeah. I thought he really acted like that. That's a scary dude. That might be real.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just like this film that it obviously has a lot that it can possibly do with itself. Like if you would have just tuned that script up and just not rush your directing like this, it's just to me this is just a really really big loss of potential in this movie.
I mean, it feels like they really rushed the dialogue, the writing in this at some point, and for some reason they cast George Lopez as like as like a higher up in the cartel.
I think he's
as a shot caller, and he just didn't come off like a shot caller. Like you just
he's just the uncle. He's just the uncle.
Like Conejo came off as a scary motherfucker. Like you don't want to fuck with that guy. But George Lopez, you kind of figured George Lopez would end up with his head in a box.
Yeah. Yeah, George Lopez doesn't feel like he's a really like a what's it called, a big stake in this, and Conejo feels like the villain, but like George Lopez is kind of just there, and it's like, okay, he looks like just the Theo that you hang around with, but he doesn't feel like a an actual integral part of this film. And it just comes down to direction and the
Well,
writing.
it takes you right out of the film too. That's an issue. A lot of parts of this take you right out of the film, like
Yeah,
like the scene where he's there and his wife's dead, and or right after that when he's going to kill Conejo, and then it like does a flashback to his wife and he's thinking about his wife. I just feel like the editing is very sloppy in this, and
it's
he
sloppy.
did things that didn't need to be done.
Yeah. And like just when it comes to Soto, like I was just thinking about that one scene where he's seeing that creepers getting killed. By the way, Shia tats himself up, and you can barely even see those tattoos.
Yeah, like they even like they promoted that to hell and back.
Yeah,
Shia just with the whole chest, and you don't even see that.
yeah,
It's like to me when they killed Creeper, it was like what a waste of a character. What a waste of a character from the very beginning. We're getting used to him. It seems kind of like a buddy movie in a way,
yeah.
and then they just kill him off. And at that point, like the movie just goes off the rails because you kind of had this buddy thing going on until that point, and then you have to depend on Bobby Soto just running around, and that's basically what you got.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that and I get it. There's some people who be like, well, like even Tony said, like it feels like one of those old hood movies, like the old Barrio films that you would get, like Blood In, Blood Out, American Me. But like I felt there just wasn't this level of authenticity to the movie. To me, it felt like a forced authenticity. Like, oh, when they're outside grilling and they have the tortillas on there, or they're like, hey, what about the burritos? Or like when what's it called? When she comes into the place, he's like, hey, get your girl out of here. They're like all partied up. Like it feels like a forced authenticity to it.
Well,
But
there's questionable things they do in this film, like
yeah,
when he digs up the $1.6 million to get out of town,
yeah,
and then his wife and children are stolen, and he goes to the gang members, and he's like, "I need help." He doesn't even mention the $1.6 million. Like,
yeah,
if you were thinking, like, if you really want your daughter back, you'd be pulling out all that money and get all of them instead of like 6 guys.
yeah. But I mean, at least, like I said, I like the musical choices, and I think that Shia's performance is great. I completely disagree with this being what's it called, brown face, as people were calling it on the internet. I don't think that he's kind of like we agree with Tony. This isn't he's not playing what's it called, Latino. He's
Mm-mm.
playing the crazy white boy who thinks he's Latino.
That's in the gang. That's been
Yeah,
in the gang.
yeah.
That, and he has to go above and beyond. That's what I got because there's always the crazy white dude in like each one of these
He
gangs.
has to mix with the culture to look like he's one of the boys, like he's hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what Shia is to me in this film. I don't think he is playing. Yes, the accent does come off a little bit suspect, but
I mean, but you think if you live in that lifestyle long enough, you're going to pick up some stuff.
yeah. I mean, I lived in Lubbock for a bit, and I was picking up the whole southern, like west accent that they had going on there.
Yeah.
So and then I come back here, and then you come back. So like it's once again, it's just the crazy white boy who wants to be one of the boys, and he has to what's it called, prove that he's hard. So he kind of like develops their way of speaking, their way of talking, their way of acting, and all that.
And I mean, I like the scenes where they're showing exactly what he did
Yeah.
for the gang. Like they were showing him like all in like chemical suit,
Yeah.
putting people in acid,
Yep.
dragging them by the neck with a belt. So I mean, they really kind of gave a background to Creeper in some form, better than they did, I think, Bobby Soto's character
Yeah.
or anyone else in this movie. And I think that's why when Creeper's death happened, that you felt that one a lot more than with anyone else.
Yeah, it feels like Soto just is like, oh, look, his family's part of this, and he's a family man. He loves his kids. He loves his wife. That's kind of it.
Well, and another problem with this movie is you can see a bunch of just shit just coming a mile a minute right at you. Like his father being the gang leader wizard.
Yeah.
We kind of figured that one out like right away when like he wouldn't even talk to him. We're like, yeah, that's a dad.
Yeah, that was so given, and it just happened. I saw it coming from a mile away, my friend. I just think that this film is just a bunch of wasted potential that could have been better, and there was a lot that you could have done with this. But overall, it just misses
I,
its beats because of just sloppy direction and what's it called and writing.
and I mean editing too. Editing was
And
pretty bad.
yeah,
But I really think like the ending gives this vibe of they were thinking there was going to be a sequel. I don't think there's going to be a sequel, guys. Like unless it's like straight to DVD, I don't think there's going to be a sequel.
yeah.
I mean, Shia can't come back from the dead unless they do a prequel.
I'd rather get a prequel of Creeper, but
yeah, that might. I mean, it's like super bad with the cops. Like, I personally prefer that than anything with this. I'm just this is a tough one because there's not much to hold on to and holding me into liking this movie. I was really turned off and thrown out of this movie by the overacting. I really was. And I don't know if I can blame the actors for that or blame David Ayer. I don't know. But it was bad.
Dude, I mean, he shot this in a month, bro.
That could be the issue. Like, I mean, why was he rushing this thing?
But he had 2 years to edit this thing too, man, and to kind of finish and tune it up. You could have. I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking. I wasn't in there, in the writers' room, but like, you could order some form of, rewrites and reshoot something here. But no, this movie it's not good. I'm sorry, and I hate doing this because sometimes we get movies where like, oh crap, yeah, of course it's terrible, like Venom, and we can just go on all day. But this is just bad, bro. It's bad.
I mean, I like the cover art. That shit's good.
Oh, yeah, of course the poster's bad.
I mean, the trailer was good. I mean, the trailer really made it seem like this movie had a lot of potential. And then we really started watching it, and from the very beginning, I'm just going, they're overacted to hell and back. What is this?
Yeah, no, man. This is definitely one that I could have done without watching. Of course, we do. We have a devotion here to content.
So many fucking movies in 2020, though, Raul.
Yeah.
Only so many movies. And this had Shia LaBeouf, who's been coming off some great films. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Coming off of Honey Boy, bro.
Yeah, Honey Boy, Peanut Butter Falcon. We've had good success with Shia movies. And I can't blame Shia for this movie. I enjoyed Shia in this movie. I wouldn't mind watching a prequel as long as David Ayer's not directing it, Jeffrey O'Brien's not editing it. I wouldn't mind seeing a Creeper movie.
Yeah, no, please just no. I 100% I believe you when you say that it just feels like he's trying to do something with in the sense of Training Day.
I mean, you just had so many scenes where they're riding around in the car, which I get, the tax collectors are going around riding the car, but it felt so much like Training Day. But at the same time, it's not Training Day. It's not close to Training Day.
I mean, how many scenes were in a car in End of Watch too? Like, that was.
Well, I mean, but David Ayer can make good movies. Training Day and End of Watch is so on point and such great movies. It's just he drops the ball on a few of these, like Suicide Squad and now this. I mean, and I don't know. I just really feel like he was trying to capture that magic he had in Training Day. But one, you didn't have Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington elevates pretty much everything he's in. I mean, Equalizer 2 was, and it was he still did great in it.
Yep.
But this just feels like just like a bad sequel to Training Day.
Yep.
And it's kind of sad because I feel like this movie could have had a lot of potential, but it was just wasted on bad writing, very rushed filmmaking, rushed editing. I mean, it's just bad.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the scoring.
I mean, you go. I'm confused with this because like, I'm kind of on you with the level of like I just don't care about this movie. Like, I don't need to watch this movie again. I don't care. That's usually you with a 5. I'm at there, so I'm going wherever you're going with.
Yeah, man, I give this movie a big old 2 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 because it's bad, and I just don't care for it.
This is the worst film I've seen so far in 2020. Extraction.
The Riddle. I mean, the Riddle was bad, but like
the Riddle. Which is the Riddle? I didn't watch the riddle.
Rental, fool.
The rental. Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Hold. Let me see, let me see. Hold on. Where do I have the rental in here? I. So I mean, I've seen a couple of other movies that are definitely better.
The rental was bad too. Like,
Well, yeah, rental was pretty bad.
but
I love
this
how
one,
Stephen King was praising it. People were like, "Yo, look, Stephen King's praising." I'm like, I don't freaking care if Stephen King was praising it.
I mean, have y'all seen Stephen King's movies from the '80s? They're all bad.
Yeah. Oh, so rent. So from the bottom to the top, I have a tax collector, extraction, and the rental.
That was
Um,
Extraction. Oh,
uh,
that was Chris Hemsworth.
yeah,
I never watched.
it's a pretty bad movie to me. The only thing that I really enjoyed was the battle, or the fight scenes. So literally, I'd only watch that movie
Which I
again.
couldn't even join this. I mean, because you could see it a mile away when they just ran up and just blew everything up.
Even then, hold on. I gave Extraction like a 2.5 out of 5. Let me see. Oh man, but yeah, no, I gave Extraction a 2 out of 10, 2 out of 5, and I gave this a 1 out of 5. I mean,
I
look,
mean, this is bad.
that was bad.
I'm sorry. This is one of those that you're gonna find in the dollar store bin at Dollar Tree. It's gonna have, and I feel bad because I feel like the actors could have done way more, but I feel like the direction
Mhm.
was missing. And I mean, Shia played it to a T.
Yep.
Bobby Soto overacted. He had good moments, but he overacted in a lot of his scenes.
Hmm.
And just the fact Shia was coming off, you know,
Honey Boy and
Peanut Butter Falcon. He was coming back into action, and he was in talks for some other superhero film, right?
No,
Is that a rumor?
it was a rumor that they wanted to be um, Wolverine, but bro, everybody's been rumored for Wolverine. To hell with that.
I can't see Shia as Wolverine, no.
Yeah.
But
I'm interested to see the other film he's made that he's been in to this year.
I mean,
Pieces of a Woman.
I can definitely say I think his trajectory is still good, but this isn't one to put in his resume for sure.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I think that's where we kind of end off, and I don't really know what else to say about this movie, other than definitely don't recommend you guys spend your money on this movie.
Wait for it to come out on like Hulu or Netflix. Let's go in there.
I don't even think Netflix picks it up, bro.
Maybe Hulu or Amazon. Probably in the deepest, darkest corners of Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was gonna say. But here's to hoping there's something else coming. I think the new Charlie Kaufman movie's coming. Charlie Kaufman is the writer of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And his next movie, I'm thinking of Ending Things, comes out September 4th. That is next week, correct? Hold on, guys. Gonna do a quick check because I would want us to watch that for sure. But that's on Netflix too. So yeah, that's on Friday. Damn it. All right. Well, we'll see what else we can pick up from Netflix or something, right?
Hopefully.
There's this Spanish, what's it called? No, this Ecuadorian film, I think, that's on there that people have been, raving about. It's on Netflix, so we don't have to pay attention.
I mean, we have Criterion too, so are we just doing new movies?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll announce that next week. But yeah, this has been one of the episodes that it's kind of tough to go. None of us ever really want to talk about movies that we dislike because honestly, we don't have much to say about them.
I mean, we can still bring to people's attention on what to expect in this film, unless they just want to go ahead and watch it before the spoiler, and then they'll hopefully agree with us. If you don't agree with us, go ahead and send it in chat. I'm sure Tony's going to be in there being like, "You motherfuckers!" But it's one of those I couldn't get into. I mean, I know Tony had a more close. He saw family members like at the parties and this and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, I did too, bro. But that still didn't mean crap to me.
Oh yeah. So see, and like I had really nothing to hold on to except I knew that was the crazy white guy.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, dude, I think that's just our review for Tax Collector, and I I hope you guys have had a wonderful time. As always, you know you guys can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/nerdcore. And we want to thank all our Patreon supporters who help us and make these shows, make all these shows happen. And I got a stupid bug on my damn computer, and it's really annoying.
Like a virus or like a
No, like an actual insect. Insect.
okay. I was about to tell you, stop watching the porn.
Shut up, Brad. We want to thank our associate producers and our executive producers and our writers, especially our associate producers, Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much for being wonderful patrons of the Patreon. Our executive producers, Grayson Barker 98. Oh man, that must tell you something if I'm yawning on stream. I'm yawning on the episode. Yeah. Sorry guys. I usually do not like to yawn on episodes, but apparently that one came out today. We want to thank Grayson Barker 98 on Instagram, Warlord 1 Bar on Twitter. Thank you so much for being a wonderful patron of the show at the executive producer level. We want to thank our other executive producer, Shane XSRK. Where can you find him?
Follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_.
Yeah. And as always, we want to thank our writers, Bryce and Tony. You can find Bryce at Brown Rice. Find Bryce at Brown Rice 96 on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you can find them at. And you can find Tony on Twitter at Real Nerdy Dad. Sorry, Tony. We just didn't like this one. And as always, you can find out everything that has to do with the Nerdcore at thenerdcore.com. But without further ado, it's been a wonderful time. We will see you guys next week when we launch International Film Month. Oh, wait, no, Brad, hold on. We got to do our picks. Hold on. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay, we got to announce the picks. Damn, I'm sorry. I'm glad I brought that up. Do you have the coin toss on you?
I got a penny.
Okay. Please don't let me win.
Again?
I mean, I'm not going to go against what the coin wants, but I'm hoping we, what's it called? I don't win. So next month is our annual International Film Month, and we did the thing that we usually do. Each of us has to pick one country that is not the United States to represent the films that we get. So my picks were Close Up from Iran, Joint Security Area from South Korea, and Fury from Vietnam. Fury is on Netflix. That would be my Patreon mini. Brad, what were your picks?
I just know I remember Yi.
Yi from Taiwan.
And
then our
Dororo.
So our second one is still in contention. So, because Brad picked a film that you absolutely cannot find online. So
it's a good movie.
We're either going to do Dororo from Japan or Taste of Cherry from Iran if we can't find Dororo.
Dororo. Where art thou?
And then, of course, Brad's Patreon mini is none other than it's a Spain and Mexico co-production, but I'll just say Spain. Pan's Labyrinth from Guillermo del Toro.
I hope I win. I really like that movie.
Fuck, I hope you do win, bro. I would love to rewatch that movie. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tails. Please, Brad, win. I don't want to be winning on the three-peat.
It's heads.
All right, sick. So next week, we will start with, let me go back. Yi from Taiwan, Edward Yang Yi. The following week will be Close Up. The week after that will be either
we can find it.
or Taste of Cherry. Either one.
We might have to ask Alex to see if he can find the fucking thing.
I know. And then we will end it with Joint Security Area. And then that week we will do our Patreon mini of Pan's Labyrinth. Either way, how this goes down, I'm literally finishing up 4 movies from my 75 Films from Asia Challenge. So I just find it hilarious that the one movie that Brad's been trying to get done in here for like the longest time.
Find it.
And then apparently it's not even available anywhere. The only thing you can find is the damn anime.
It used to be available. I don't know what happened.
I mean, got it at a library or something. What did you say? Where'd you get it?
I thought it was on Sci-Fi Channel there for a while.
I'm not gonna watch Sci-Fi.
I think this was like years ago, so I don't think it's on there anymore. And then I saw it used to be on YouTube because I remember watching it on YouTube.
Not anymore.
I don't know what happened to it. So it might be a Straw Hat Alex kind of question, and then us watching it together.
So if that doesn't happen, then good
Cherry.
luck. We're doing Taste of Cherry. Two Abbas Kiarostami films back to back.
By the way, I have not seen Yee, and I have not seen Taste of Cherry.
Yeah, I've never seen any of these films either. So
What
I'm
about-
going
what
blind. What's up?
Ro?
Not seen Dororo either.
You can't see Dororo because it's not out
Not
there.
available. All right. Well, we'll try our best to find it. If we can't find it, then I'm sorry, my friends. We will be doing Taste of Cherry that week. So without further ado, it's been a wonderful time. Bradley, go ahead and send them out.
All right, Ro. Thank you for being the host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. That was creepy. Each and every one of you. Thank you to all those that follow us on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, any of our social media. We truly love all of you. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for just loving what we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess to end this, I'll just say, they can't all be winners.
Boy, don't you got that right.
Young Yoda out.
Let's go ahead and click that.